IPOB has declared May 30th as a day to remember Biafra fallen heroes, and they have said it's on the Vanguard News. You will lock down everywhere. Nobody goes in, nobody comes out. But people are saying that enough is enough, and some Igbo governors have disagreed with that. Let's start from there. But if you are watching for the first time, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel, on notification, don't comment, click the like button, and also share this video with others. Waymaker, what do you have to say about them? IPOB locking down. We want to remember our Biafran heroes who died during the Civil War. What do you have to say about that?
Thank you so much for having me. Yes, people who sacrificed their life for Biafrans worth celebrating. And on the 31st of May, it is not the day that will stop what the game they want to make for the rest of the week or the rest of the month to make. For me, they want celebrating. This is why we are saying that these evil politicians, governor who claim they are governor, eating the resources of the state, do whatever they like. They did not offer what these people who have died has offered. And it is what we are saying about the people who lose their life in answers. During answers today, what is the justice? There's no justice bringing to them. As we speak that, Governor Soludo also bring the people to probe whether people die or not. And the people bring their result after people died during answers. As of today, what did they do about it? They don't do anything about it. So for me, for the Biafrans now, want to celebrate the heroes who give their life, who pass on because of this struggle. So I think on 31st of May is what celebrated. And we are hearing that most of them are the Tinubu Soludo, who are being seen as the enemy of Biafra, who are making Biafra not to come into their reality. But we are saying that they are not God. But if God, it is the wish of God, the will of God for Biafra to come, Biafra must come. They cannot stop it. They are moving all up and down. You can see the way all of them are, Tinubu Soludo are making mockery of Mazen Amdekano. If not, why will Tinubu Soludo bring President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to Southeast when Mazen Amdekano is going to court? Who does that? That's to tell you that they are taking upon themselves Tinubu Soludo and no put on them to keep mocking the Igbos. Anyone who is making mockery of Mazen Amdekano is making mockery of the entire Igbos. So I take it from me. As of when Mazen Amdekano started this agitation, remember that it is only 10% of Igbos that supported the agitation. But as time goes on, many Igbo now started the marginalization. Many Igbo now see that they are not part of Nigeria, that Nigeria have not integrated them to be part of Nigeria, as Gowon have said after the Biafra war, that no victor, no vanquish. Ever since then, Igbos are not allowed to come close to the corridors of power. And you can see many Igbos in number have joined the struggle of Mazen Amdekano. As I speak to you today, 95% of Igbos are ready to go to live in Nigeria. Why? Because since Obasanjo, the first democracy president in Nigeria after 8 years. After 8 years of power, he left power, he handed over to Yar'Adua. Yar'Adua from the north, with they give it to Yar'Adua. Yar'Adua could not allow Yar'Adua to finish his tenure. Jonathan finished his tenure, and they moved back the power back to the north for Buhari, which President Bola Ahmed Tinubu bring Fulani president, which is Fulani. I keep saying it that Buhari was never a president of Nigeria, was the president of Fulani. And you can see the atrocity Buhari did in his 8 years. Now, it is good, it is fair that if you feel that Igbos are part of Nigeria, 2023 elections supposed to be the turn of Igbo. Allow the Igbo to rule. That's why we are saying, may the soul, gentle soul of Adebanjo continue resting in peace. He was the only statement in the Southwest here who said that Igbos, if you want Igbos that they are part of Nigeria, allow them to be a president. But some people look into their eyes and put it on his face, and he said he doesn't know what he's doing. Today we can see the reality. So Mazen Amdekano is fully right to agitate for Biafra, to say let my people go. So on May 30 should be declared to honor those people who have lost their lives. Don't forget that the trial of Mazen Amdekano is still on in the court. So many evidence has been, oh, the SSA, why do you form ESM? Why do you form Radio Biafra? Why will you not form Radio Biafra? Why do you form Radio Biafra? Radio Biafra was registered in Nigeria, was registered in UK. It was not illegal something. He formed me to communicate with his people. Since the saboteur governor of the South refused to do the needful, to put where these Fulani headmen belong, they allow them to move freely. What does Mazen Amdekano have to do? Should he follow the South? The same thing that Sunday Igboho did in the Southwest here, where he stood up and he fought for the Southwest by confronting these Fulani headmen to put them to where they belong. And that's exactly what Mazen Amdekano. That's why we are saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. By the grace of God, Justice Omotoso do the needful. We want to celebrate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with May 30, the Biafra freedom in the Biafra land. That's what we're saying.
Now we are looking at the fact that an Igbo man has said, he's an Igbo man, he's a chief. He said that Biafra cannot come again, not that because the Igbos don't want, but because the Igbos have invested in all parts of Nigeria. So it will be foolishness for the Igbos to leave Nigeria, that the Igbos should forget Biafra. This man is an Igbo man, he's a chief. What do you have to say about that?
Any Igbo man who tell you that forget about Biafra, that Biafra cannot come because of the investment, I have to tell you that the person should be scrutinized. He might not be Igbo. Don't forget that during the war of Biafra, many soldiers pregnated many Igbo women. And so some of them might be Fulani, they are not full Igbo. They are just blaming Igbo. And let me tell you what you don't know about Igbo. If you pregnated an Igbo woman, right? Are you hearing me? As a man, you pregnated Igbo woman, you have not paid the birth price. It's as much as that person is not your father. They will go and give that. They will go and tell you that you will be bearing your mother's family names. That's how people do their tradition. So go and tell that chief very well. That chief is totally good. It could be maybe Fulani so that they are the one that pregnanted the mother. Because they did not do the needful, he start bearing but the blood of Fulani still on his name. And that's why he said that. A man who is saying that, because of people have invested so far in Nigeria, they can't leave Nigeria. After the Biafra war, where everything was destroyed, people still come back and dominate Nigeria. Is people not the richest tribe in Nigeria right now to speak? Is people not dominating in Africa? What nonsense are you saying? It's nonsense. So for me, it's those kind of people, their work will not be taken serious because they are not fully Igbo.
So you are saying that that chief is not an Igbo,
yes,
he's not an Igbo man.
Yes.
Okay then, how about the Igbo governors? Look at Soludo. When Nnamdi Kanu was in court, President Bola came to Anambra State, and many Igbos are saying that this is a slap on Biafrans. Our son is in court. You don't even ask President to release him. You are showing him some projects. What do you have to say about people like Chukuma Soludo of Anambra State?
No, I'm trying to tell you that Soludo, hopefully, they are saboteurs some people. They are just fighting for their personal interest. They are imposters. Yes, from Fulani who want to take over Nigeria by all costs. And that's who they are. Soludo is doing all this thing. Let him go and ask Rochas Okorocha today. Rochas Okorocha did everything. Rochas Okorocha was the founding father of APC. Rochas Okorocha betrayed the Igbos because of APC. Where's Rochas Okorocha today? Is APC talking about Rochas Okorocha? I have to tell you that anything that had the beginning have an end. Look at Opuzodinma. He's trying to make peace with Biafrans now because he knows that his days are numbered. He's almost leaving seat of power. And he's doing all the possible, I'm a good person. He's not a good person. So Opuzodinma is making Bola Tinubu because he wants to get another 4 years. But whether 4 years or no 4 years, Opuzodinma Soludo will also leave and go. And history will be right against Opuzodinma and Soludo. So for me, they are saboteurs. Even the Igbos, they know that the only leader they have in Southeast is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
We've seen many former Igbo governors, after they left their office, they are still around Igbo land. Even Peter Obi is still walking up and down Anambra. You see that people like Opuzodinma, after they leave office, they will have that courage to be walking up and down the streets of Imo State.
He did not. Even when Opuzodinma is a governor, now Opuzodinma cannot walk more in Imo State. Opuzodinma stay more in Abuja than the US stay in Imo State. Go and ask any indigenous people, they will confirm that to you. So for me, the good you do will go with you. The evil you do will go with you. When the Opuzodinma leave office, you will know that you will not have the freedom. Everybody has done, whether the good he has done, they will come up and hunt after him.
We've seen again as former president of Nigeria. I'm talking about Muhammadu Buhari now is in UK. Even Yakubu Gowon is UK. You are from the Middle Belt. Why are these people running? People are saying that insecurity is not pursuing them. Why do you see that? Is it insecurity or they just want to change location? Opposition is still in Nigeria. The other is still in Nigeria. Even IPOB is still in Nigeria. The
evil they did is running after the most especially Gowon who came from a place. It is shameful and so embarrassing because he sold us out to Fulani herdsmen. Don't forget that it is the same British that use Gowon, Yakubu Gowon, to make sure that he frustrates the Biafra. To make sure that Nigeria do not achieve their dream. Look at now, UK now have given him a position to go to that the same UK now to give him a favor. I want to tell you that he cannot run. He cannot run anywhere he runs to. He will pay dearly for what he has paid. We saw a lot of atrocity he has done. Why is he running? Where is pursuing him? Let him stay and defend his fatherland. Fulani headsmen have taken over his father's estate. Now he has run to UK. But he will pay dearly for it. Advice for Yakubu Gowon now that he should do the same thing Babangida did by confessing to Nigeria that it was not Biafra that sponsored the coup that happened in Nigeria. Let Yakubu Gowon do the needful before he died. Else, he will regret dearly for it, because the sin, the abomination Gowon committed is part of what Nigeria is facing today.
Do you think that now Yakubu Gowon will be regretting fighting that civil war?
Of course, he might come to you and tell you he's not regretting. Yakubu Gowon is regretting. I gladly my heart that Peter Obi have the courage to look into his eyes and told him that you are people that destroy this country. Stop saying the labor of the hero will not be evil. The labor of the hero is evil. As I told you, Yakubu, Gowon Yakubu now is tearing tears when Peter Obi was telling him that your labor is already evil. You will have not stopped
by gun and bullets. Who are the people sponsoring it? With what has happened now, it shows to me that whole of them, likewise other politicians, are the ones sponsoring them. They are the ones doing what? Sponsoring these people, giving them the money to buy AK-49 and to buy bullets and use it to come back to Imo State and buy people anyhow. And vandalize and set people's home ablaze. Are you hearing me? What was them? How did they make this money? You pull it from the state purse. Is it from your pocket? You pull it from the state purse and you use it to sponsor terrorism. And you see tag and ask me as a Nnamdi Kanu, you charge him as a terrorist. And the same Nigerian government will come and call someone else a terrorist. But Hope Uzodinma is pulling 2.1 billion to give to Boko Haram.
No, they call them Muslim Boko Haram. I'm a Muslim, you understand?
They give them to all of them. They are all the same. There is no difference between the Fulani, Boko. They are all Fulanis now. Is it not the Fulanis?
They are not.
They are called Boko Haram.
They are Igbo Muslims. They are Yoruba Muslims too. They are other Muslims.
My brother, who
did
they give it to? Did they give it to Igbo Muslim? That is the question. Did they give it to Igbo Muslim? Do we actually have Igbo Muslim? No, I want to know. Or are you telling me that those elements being purchased with the money to answer Ismaila or Islailu? These people that have been paid money.
But don't forget that the chief imam or the chief imam of the Agitation is an Igbo man.
That is what I'm saying. They paid Islailu and those that are running illegal business for their illegality to be allowed to continue. These are the people that accept Islam so that they can continue carrying out their illegal activities in this country. Because if your way is pure and you are not, Islam, you will be checkmated. And for you not to be checkmated, what do you have to do? You join them. There is a saying that if you cannot beat them, you do what? You join them. That is what Elias has done. A man, Ikechukwu, from Enugu State, who happened to be the chief imam. Is it today that you are having a imam in Nigeria? Why is it that it's only in Bola Ahmed Tinubu regime, this tenor that we are beginning to have Elias as the chief imam? We are beginning to have the chief imam as Elias in Abuja. Now, and I ask a question again. This Eliasu, can Eliasu speak to Fulanis and Fulanis will obey him?
Now,
the Fulanis take instruction from Eliasu.
Now, let's go to this angle, Pastor. Have you seen a northern governor? I'm talking about a northern governor who, for example, from Katsina or Kano State, who is giving Christians money to go to Jerusalem. Have you seen it before?
I am yet to hear, not to talk of sin. I am yet to do what? To hear, not talk more of sin. That is to tell you how immensely these people have sold their brother up, and they have sold their life, they have sold their spirit and body to the Fulanis. Are you hearing me? They have sold their dignity and they have sold their pride. They have sold even the freedom of their unborn generation because of a pot of meat, counted meat inside the plates that they will eat and finish without remaining, and they will leave the plates empty and their generation will At what age that you have right to go to another place? And Obasanjo is in Ota. So now Obasanjo no get right to go to any other place. Jonathan is in Nigeria. Babangida is in Mina. They are all in Nigeria. Baba waiting they pursue now.
Muhammadu Buhari,
the one that fight the Igbos in 1970 in mass. Muhammadu Buhari, who sent Operation Python Dams. Muhammadu Buhari, the same person who kidnapped mass and Nnamdi Kanu. Now, waiting pursue you come up for Katsina. The same thing wey pursue you come up for Katsina, pursue you go to Kaduna. The same thing wey pursue you from Katsina to Kaduna, don't pursue you from Kaduna to London. Wetin una do go find there? Make una tell us the cocoa. Una never see anything. Una generation go pay. Una generation. Whatsoever a man sow, he must repeat. Go on, you go reap, and this one way you are saying that you regretted of fighting the war, of fighting the Igbos. You say you know if you no fight, that one is just a preamble. You go there alive like this. More koboko. The God Almighty, the God of the Biafran, the God of Igbos, go flog you and flog your generation. You the Katsina man, Buhari, una koboko they come. Na generational koboko.
Biafran evangelist, let's look at what happened in Anambra State. The day that Nnamdi Kanu was in court, Tinubu was in Anambra State, and he was even given a chieftaincy title. But people are saying that this chieftaincy title is an insult on the Igbos. The day that Nnamdi Kanu is in court, and it's an insult on Biafrans. Do you agree that Soludo shouldn't have invited Tinubu in the first place?
Let me tell you. Yes, it is a very huge and a big insult to the personalities of the Igbos. But the problem is not Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But the problem is the so-called Fulani imposed Igbo leaders. They are the problem of the Igbos. I could remember, was in last year, they said they want to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Who opposed them also them stated, and he went to Bola Ahmed and said, do not free him until election being conducted and finished in Imo State. I will not forget it. November 11. And everybody was believing it that after the election in Imo State, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be free. After Hope Uzodimma succeeded, what did he do? He engineered and championed the cabinet of not releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Soludo has done his own by bringing an insult, bringing an impunity in Igbo, on Igbo face. But I'm happy that, do you know what he did? That action, he want to use it to provoke the Igbos for them, if they can react. They will say, Sebi we talk them. They are terrorists. But God gave us the people the wisdom to come down and watch him, to fool himself to the fullness, and which he did as fool himself. I don't passion any blame on Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but I passion blame to Soludo, the one that the IPOB stood for, and make sure out of 21 local governments that make up Anambra State, do you know that Soludo conquer 19 to 20 of it?
But somebody asking again, now we see former Igbo governors, people like Peter Obi, they are working free in Igbo land. There are many others that can work free. That if, for example, Uzodimma say no hands, do you see him still working free on the streets of Imo State? Do you think that the Igbos are forgiving Uzodimma? Or do you think that the Igbos will accept him back as their own son?
My brother, the evil that men did live with them. With what Hope has already committed, we continue to hunt after him. The Bible said in the book of Psalm 34, it said, no wicked will go unpunished, and no peace for the wicked. Are you hearing me? No peace for the wicked. Whether the people hunt after Hope or not, the evil Hope has committed will continue to hunt after Hope. So Hope can never walk freely, because he will not have peace. And saying whether forgiveness or no forgiveness, we are not forgiving him. And we can never forgive him, because he has committed a lot of the life of the people, Ikoso and co, and likeness of them, that Hope Uzodinma, took. Will he return them back? If he can return them back, no problem. But if he cannot return them back, he should forget about forgiveness. And he can never. And that is why you see Hope Uzodinma coming out, indirectly now, a kind of making a way to apologize. The other day he say that the IPOB, that the IPOB are not the one responsible for what have been happening in Igbo land. Then who are they? Who did? That means there are people, and you know it. Instead of you to stand and to stand as at that time, you are part of the people who partner to carry that allegation upon the head of the IPOB people, just like Peter Mba of Enugu State, which one day all of them will come in their knees, and we will not forgive them. And another thing again, the other day when Mazen Namdekan, was it not on Tuesday last week or Wednesday, he said that they should free Mazen Namdekan, that is an innocent. All these ones, we don't need it. We don't need it. We don't need it at all. He can never walk freely because we are waiting for him.
Tinubu is going to win in Igbo land if he releases in Amdekano. That's what some Igbos are saying. Do you agree that if Tinubu releases in Amdekano before the elections, the Igbos are going to vote for him?
Actually, it is 50-50. Why did I use the word 50-50? Because somebody like me can never vote for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I am sorry to say this. But somebody like me, at the same time, cannot stop Bola Ahmed Tinubu from continuing. Because that very day, I am not going to cast my vote, because my vote is not going to count. You see why I said I'm not going to vote for Bola Ahmed Tinubu? My vote is not going to count.
But will the Igbos vote for him if he releases in Amdekano?
For other Igbos, I am not the mouthpiece of the Igbos. I am speaking from my own opinion. So if he releases Mazen Amdekano, I believe that those that would like to vote, who like voting, who draws the love in voting, may use the avenue to do what? To pencil their hand for Bola Ahmed Tinubu for giving us, Mazen Amdekano, because Mazen Amdekano, as he stand now, stand as the mouthpiece of the Igbos. He stand